Bergen, Norway is famously known as the City of Seven Mountains. It is surrounded by dramatic peaks offering world-class hiking, sweeping fjord views, and panoramic urban overlooks. The 7 official mountains that encircle the city are Mount Urliken, Mount Floyen, Litterhorn, Damsgårdfjellet, Lofsaken, Rumdamen, and Sandsvikfjellet. Hike the popular Vidden Trail, a scenic 6-hour plateau hike that connects Mount Urliken and Mount Floyen. For those who don't want to hike that far, you can ride both the Floyen funicular or the Urliken cable car for panoramic views. In this vlog, I will be visiting Mount Urliken and Mount Floyen, plus I will also talk about the other 5 popular mountains in Bergen. The history of Bergen's mountains is deeply interwoven with the very identity, name, and cultural evolution of the city. Rather than just a backdrop, these massifs have dictated urban planning, protected the city from invaders, and inspired centuries of folklore. While the geographical area of Bergen actually contains at least 9 distinct massifs, the strict looking of the number 7 was a deliberate 18th century cultural creation. The famed Bergen-born playwright and historian Ludvig Holberg heavily popularized the term De Spitsbo, the 7 Mountains. Holberg wanted to elevate his hometown's international prestige by drawing a proud historical parallel to the famous 7 Hills of Rome. Because several of the mountains are interconnected parts of the same continuous geological massifs, locals argued for generations about which peaks actually counted. The debate was finally settled in 1948 when the Bergen Mountain Hiking Association established the definitive list for its grueling annual endurance hike. Throughout the last millennium, the mountains have played crucial military, logistical, and recreational roles. Towering over the western approach, Litterhorn served as an essential maritime landmark for incoming Vikings and Hanseatic ships for centuries. In the 16th and 17th century folklore, it held a darker reputation as a legendary gathering place where local witches were believed to meet on Midsummer's Eve. During World War II, the German occupation forces realized the strategic high ground value of Bergen's topography. They built extensive concrete bunkers, anti-aircraft batteries, and heavy artillery fortifications on the plateaus of Vandermannen and Blammen to defend the harbor below. Many of these stone ruins remain preserved along the trails today. For centuries, the mountains were accessed exclusively by treacherous footpaths. In 1918, the opening of the Floyen funicular revolutionized the city's relationship with the terrain, transforming Mount Floyen from a remote pasture into an easily accessible, world-famous public park. combat intense trail erosion caused by millions of annual hikers. The city hired specialized Nepalese Sherpas. They hand-carved massive stone staircases up SafetyWing and Urliken, preserving the ancient alpine environment while adding a modern chapter to the peak's history. The definitive 7 peaks of Bergen include Mount Urliken, Mount Floyen, Rondemanen, Lofstakken, Sandvikfjellet, Lederhorn, and Damsgaardfjellet. Urliken is the highest and most prominent peak. It features a challenging 1,300-step Opsted-Mesten Sherpa stair. Floyen is the most visited and accessible mountain. It connects directly to downtown via the Floyen funicular. Rondemanen is the second highest peak. It is situated just past Mount Floyen on a wide, windswept plateau. Lofstakken splits the city center from Fleisling-Dalen. It offers a rugged, rocky trail and panoramic 360-degree view. Sandvikfjellet is famous for the steep Stolsekleven Trail, a grueling stone staircase consisting of roughly 900 steps. Lederhorn is the westernmost peak. Stolsekleven is a very demanding and strenuous trail, 20 to 40 minutes uphill, with roughly 908 stone steps. The stairs start just north of the city center in Sandskogen. Once you reach the top, enjoy panoramic fjord views. You can loop back down to downtown via a beautiful gravel road past Mount Floyen. Iconic trails in Bergen include the Vidden Trail, Stolsekleven, Mount Floyen Loops, and Opsted-Teppen. Escape the tourist pass and experience Bergen's mountains the way locals do, far beyond what you'll get in guidebooks. This private hike takes you through the lesser-known trails and with sweeping fjord views, all at a pace tailored to you. Access Norway's world-famous landscapes without planning routes yourself, combining flexibility, quiet scenery, and a more personal connection to nature for you and your group. Join this guided hiking tour through TripAdvisor. To get to Mount Urliken from the city center, you can take the local public transit, which takes about 15 minutes. You can take Light Rail Line 2 from the city center, Kaigarten Station, to Håkland Sykehus, or take bus 5 or 6 from Vestplassen, or number 12 from Olaf Kreisgate to Håkland Sykehus Nord. From a cable car base, you can ride Urliken 643 cable car to the summit, or you can hike the Sherpa stairs. The Urliken 643 cable car features Norway's largest gondola, transporting visitors from the base station to the 643-meter summit of Mount Urliken in just 5 minutes. The new Urliken cable car takes you up to the highest peak in Bergen, 7 mountains, with Norway's largest gondola, round trip tickets cost approximately 435 NOK for adults and 180 NOK for children under 16. One-way tickets are also available. Discount for the cable car is included on the Bergen Card. The trip gives you a spectacular nature and mountain experience, 643 meters above sea level. From the top, you have magnificent views of Bergen and the region with sea, skerries, fords, and mountains. During the summer season, it is possible to buy bus transport as an additional product for a ticket to the track. If you don't take the cable car up to Mount Urliken, another popular way to get up to Urliken is to hike up via the Oppsteppenet or Shepherd Stair. It's a highly popular trail, but is physically demanding. It starts near the Montana neighborhood, it features 1,333 stone steps built by Nepalese Sherpas. The hike spans about 3.5 kilometers out and back and takes roughly 2 hours. The difficulty of Oppsteppenet is moderate to hard, continuous steep vertical climb. It begins at Montana Youth Hostel, accessible via local bus number 12. The trail consists of beautifully laid stone steps that protect the alpine environment while providing a clean, safe path to the summit. Calculate a bit more time if you are walking with children. This is a very popular trip for both locals and visitors. It is steep, but you are rewarded with stunning views along the way, and of course, panoramic views of Bergen and surroundings from the top. Urliken cable car climbs the highest mountain of Bergen, The Urliken cable car takes you up to Bergen's highest peak, reaching 643 meters. The ride is smooth and relaxing, giving you plenty of time to enjoy the stunning views as you go up. Once at the top, you can explore hiking trails, grab a bite to eat at the mountaintop restaurant, or simply take in fresh mountain air and beautiful scenery. Mount Urliken is the highest of the 7 mountains, surrounding Bergen, standing at 643 meters above sea level. Because it is significantly higher than Mount Floyen, the viewpoints provide a sweeping bird's eye view that stretches much further across the region. The Plateau Loop is the small loop on the plateau at the summit of Mount Urliken. It is a moderate 2-mile trail with 583 feet of elevation. This accessible scenic route takes approximately 1 to 1.5 hours to complete and provides spectacular panoramic views of the surrounding fjords and the city. The Alpine Plateau and some rocky sections require sturdy footwear. The starting point is from the top station of Urliken cable car. What you can see from the summit, the urban landscape, fjords and islands, distant mountain peaks, and the Vidden Plateau. You look straight down onto the colorful rooftops, historic woods, and the bustling city center of Bergen. The vantage point opens up dramatic views of the surrounding fjord networks and coastal skerries fading out towards the North Sea. On a clear day, the view extends past the immediate city borders to reveal the rugged, snow-capped mountain ranges. Looking inland, you can see the vast windswept mountain plateau that forms the famous 5-hour Vidden Trail leading over to Mount Floyen. Everyone is welcome to step into the cafe at the top. It might be a sight for sore eyes if you come hiking, but no matter your chosen path up, feel free to enjoy a traditional dish from the mountain menu, a cold or warm beverage, an ice cream, or perhaps the renowned Urliken bun. The cafe is located at the entrance to the restaurant. Beside the viewing platform, Skyscraperin restaurant offers dining experiences based on local ingredients. The restaurant has been renewed in connection with the new opening of the gondola, and the capacity has been doubled. Because of its height, the summit platform is exceptionally popular during sunset for watching the sun sink into the North Sea, casting golden light over the entire city bowl. The overbidden trail is Bergen's definitive day hike. It traverses the open, windswept mountain plateau connecting Mount Urliken to Mount Floyen. The distance is between 13 to 15 kilometers and takes between 5 to 6 hours to complete. Difficulty is between moderate to hard and requires popular hiking boots and weather layers. Most hikers recommend starting at Urliken by taking the cable car up to save energy, then walking across to Floyen. On a clear day, you can spot the distant Foggy Fauna Glacier. Buy the Bergen Card and get free entry or discounted admission to museums and attractions, events, or sightseeing tours. You get great discounts on restaurants and parking and can travel for free on buses in Bergen and get the region. Get your digital 24, 48, 72, or 96-hour Bergen Card online. The best view in Bergen is from the top. You'll enjoy breathtaking views, soak in the peace and quiet, exploring beautiful hiking trails, take unforgettable photos, and relax surrounded by stunning nature. Marvel at sweeping views of fjords, mountains, and more from the mountaintop. Book a round-trip cable car ticket to the top of Mount Urliken, the highest peak in Bergen. Use my link to book a round-trip cable car to Urliken via GetYourGuide. The Floyen funicular is a historic electric cable railway which departs from the Bergen city center and pulls you up to the steep mountainside to the summit viewpoint in just 6 minutes. Originally opened in 1918 to make the steep hillsides accessible to residents, it has evolved into one of Norway's most iconic and visited tourist attractions. The funicular operates daily from 7:30 a.m. to midnight, running every 15 minutes. Tickets are cheaper if purchased in advance on the official Floyen travel portal rather than at the lower station ticket counter. The railway is 848 meters long, climbing a vertical height difference of 302 meters with a gradient that steepens to 26 degrees near the top. The system is currently running its 5th generation cars, which were custom built in Switzerland and introduced in 2022. They feature massive panoramic glass ceilings and windows for unobstructed views. Mount Floyen is one of the 7 iconic mountains surrounding Bergen, rising 400 meters above sea level and offering legendary panoramic views of the city, fjords, and nearby islands. The main visitor plateau sits at 320 meters and is the top-rated outdoor attraction in the city. A massive, accessible viewing platform offers striking vistas of Bergen's colorful patchwork of houses and the North Sea. It is an incredible spot to watch the sunset. Floyen serves as the ultimate gateway to the city's mountains. Popular choices include a gentle 15-minute walk to Lake Skomaker-Diket. Views from Mount Floyen include views of the harbor and Bergen, the city grid, the fjord and sea, and the surrounding peaks. Looking straight down, you can see the historic, colorful wooden warehouses of Bergen Wharf, the bustling fish market, and massive ships docked in Bergen Bay. The viewpoint looks across the entire city bowl, mapping out rows of white and pastel houses, the city's green parks, and the central lake. Past the city center, the vista opens up to the water of the Fjorden, stretching out past nearby islands towards the open North Sea. Turning your head, you get clean views across the valley towards other city mountains, including the towering mass of Mount Urliken and the Western Hills. You can enjoy local pastries like cinnamon buns at the Floyen Cafe and Shop, or opt for fine locally sourced dining with a view at the historic HockeywizTravels. You can walk up the winding Floyen or Tepechu gravel pass. The hike is roughly 3 kilometers, starting near the historic Bergen Wharf, and takes about an hour. Kids can explore the mysterious troll forest, tackle the large climbing playground, ride the zip lines, or greet the friendly resident cashmere goats that roam the mountain during the summer. Popular Mount Floyen loops include Skomsker-Dikket, Bruchetten, and the Laminen or Rumdemen loop. Skomsker-Dikket is an easy 1 kilometer loop on a flat, stroller-friendly gravel road leading to a picturesque lake with a seasonal cafe. Bruchetten is a highly popular 5-kilometer round-trip trail from the funicular station. It takes about 1 hour each way from the forest and serves fresh Norwegian waffles on Sundays. Blaminen or Rumdemen Loop is a moderate 7-kilometer hike that pushes past the main tourist lookouts to the historic World War II coastal artery remnants and wilderness views. The main viewing platform is designed like a wild stone amphitheater. Facing west, it is the ultimate vantage point in Bergen to watch the sunset cast a golden hue over the ocean and the city lights flicker alive. If you want to escape the main crowds at the funicular station, walk 5 minutes down the north path to Tepechu. This lesser-known spot offers a much quieter, dramatic view, focusing on the Skanshoven neighborhood and the fort. Bergen sits amongst 7 hills, and you don't know the city until you've reached its summits. With your local guide leading the way and offering insights into Norwegian culture and nature, you'll get away from the crowds and into wilderness, hiking the dense woods and lakes. On the top of Mount Floyen, looking all the way to the sea and the bustling city harbor below. Join this guided hiking tour through TripAdvisor. The Floyen funicular in Bergen is one of Norway's best known and most visited attractions. The journey up to Floyen takes about 5 to 8 minutes. Buy tickets to Mount Floyen on their official website. Bergen is globally renowned as the city of 7 mountains, offering an immediate escape into wild Norwegian nature straight from the urban streets. Each of the 7 summits provides a completely distinct visual angle of the region. Rather than just looking at the mountains, ascending them allow you to look down over the entire jigsaw puzzle of Bergen's historic colorful neighborhood, the deep Byfjorden, and the open North Sea fading into the horizon. You can experience Mount Floyen via Lobanen funicular or take the high-speed Urliken 643 cable car to the top of Mount Urliken without breaking a sweat. For seasoned hikers, the famous Vidden Trail is a rugged, windswept 5 to 6 hour traverse across the open mountain plateau connecting Urliken to Floyen. In my next vlog, I will be taking a fort cruise from Bergen to Maastranden.